Hello students, welcome to class 10th session of English. We are going to continue with the chapter 5, the 100 dresses past, part 1. I hope all of you remember that what we started with. This was the story of a girl. What was the name? Wanda Petronsky, who was teased by other girls, mainly Peggy and Maddie. In last session we left the story where the girls were, these Peggy and Maddie were waiting for the result of dress designing competition. All of you please make sure that you have your textbook open in front of you as well as pencil in your hand. You must be remembering we left here that how Maddie was sure that Peggy is going to win, and they were waiting for the teacher to announce the result. On page number 68 only, the next day it was drizzling. Drizzling here means underline, the light rain was there. Maddie and Peggy hurried to school under Peggy's umbrella. So quickly they tried to reach to school. Naturally, on a day like this, they didn't wait for Wanda Petronsky on the corner of Oliver Street, the street that far away under the railroad tracks and up the hill led to Boggins Heights. And who used to live at Boggins Heights? Exactly, that was Wanda Petronsky only. Anyway, they were not taking chances on being late today because today was important. Now tell me what was going to be today? Yes, that was the day of result. So they didn't take any chance to wait for Wanda in this drizzling and headed towards school. Page number 69. Do you think Miss Masson will announce the winners today? Asked Peggy. Oh, I hope so, the minute we get in, said Maddie. Of course, you will win, Peg. Hope so, said Peggy eagerly, because she was somewhere also, she was very well aware that yes, I am going to win. The minute they entered the classroom, they stopped short and gasped. Gasped here means they were in astonishment, they were surprised as they entered the room. There were drawings all over the room, on the every ledge and window sill, dazzling colors and brilliant, lavish designs, all drawn on great sheets of wrapping paper. There must have been 100 of them, all lined up. So here you might have got some idea. Please mark it. These must be the drawings for the contest. They were. Everybody stopped and whistled or murmured admiringly. Means everyone present in the room was surprised to see all lined up dresses. Boys started whistling and many of them started, the girls were admiring those dresses in low voice. So my friends, I hope that you might have get the idea that to whom these dresses belongs to. Exactly, you are thinking correct. As soon as the class had assembled, Miss Masson announced the winners. Jack Pagels had won for the boys, she said, and his design for an outboard motor was on exhibition in room 12, along with the sketches by all the other boys. Now, what else they were waiting for? For the next winner. Page 69. As for the girls, she said, although just 1 or 2 sketches were submitted by most, one girl and room 13 should be proud of her. This one girl actually drew 100 designs, all different and all beautiful. In the opinion of judges, any one of the drawing is worthy of winning the prize. I'm very happy to say that Wanda Petronsky is the winner of girls medal. So who was the winner? None other than Wanda Petronsky. And this was announced by the teacher, Miss Messon. Page number 70. Unfortunately, Wanda has been absent from school for some days and is not here to receive the applause that is due to her. Let us hope she will be back tomorrow. Now class, you may file around the room quietly and look at her exquisite drawings. Means extraordinary, the delicate, extremely beautiful. Please mark it and write down the meaning. Extremely beautiful drawings. The children burst into applause and even the boys were glad to have a chance to stamp on the floor, but their fingers in their mouths and whistle, though they were not interested in dresses. Look, Peg, whispered Maddie. There is that blue one she told us about. Is not it beautiful? Yes, said Peggy. And here's that green one. Boy, and I thought I could draw. Please mark the line. I thought I could draw. So here the drawings left her in complete admiration for Wanda Petronsky. Please underline it and write it down quickly. So this was the end of the part 100 dresses. Now we are moving to the question answers. Oral comprehension check we have already discussed. So we are starting with thinking about the text. So first one, how is Wanda seen as different by the other girls? How do they treat her? So what will be the answer? Here you have to mention that how she was different from other. So here we can see that other girls saw Wanda as poor and vulnerable. She had a strange name, did not make friends and remained quiet. So these reference can be used that why she was different from others. She sat in the corner with the rough and noisy boys. Wanda always wore the same dress and came from a place full of mud on the roads. Whereas if we talk about the other girls were not like that. The other girls treated her badly and belittled her. They made fun of Wanda. So this was the answer of how they treated Wanda. Next one, how does Wanda feel about the dresses game? Why does she say that she has 100 dresses? So obviously when somebody is doing such kind of thing with you, how would you feel? The same kind of feelings were there of Wanda. So here we can see that Wanda felt embarrassed and insulted when other girls played the dresses games on her. She claimed to have 100 dresses in order to put those insults and jokes away, but actually she was not aware that she is calling more fun in this way. Actually she was preparing drawings of 100 dresses for the drawing competition, and she referred to them when the girls asked her that how many dresses did she have. So we can see that actually she was not lying, she was telling the truth when the girls were asking her that how many dresses do you have. Next one is given here. Why does Maddie stand by and not do anything? How is she different from Peggy? Was Peggy's friendship important to Maddie? Why? Which lines in the text tell you this? I hope everybody is very well aware about the answer. So try to match whether you are able to get the correct answer or not. Maddie stands quietly and watches as Peggy humiliates Wanda because she felt that Peggy was high and mighty. Because Maddie was very well aware that somewhere she is same as Wanda. Not that much poor, but yes, she was poor. Thus, Peggy could never be wrong. As Maddie was poor herself, she feared that she could be the next target for the girls to mock at. Also, Maddie did not tease Wanda while Peggy did. Yes, Peggy's friendship was important to Maddie. See, here we learn one lesson that although Maddie was not at all interested in making fun of Wanda, but then also she was standing with her, although she was very well aware that Peggy is doing absolutely wrong. So, this is the time when we should take the stand. If such kind of thing happens, at that time we need to be more strong and take a stand. We should raise our voice anything which is going wrong. But somewhere we get the idea that Maddie was not that much strong. She was not having that courage to stand against the wrong. That's why what she did, for her friendship was important. Whether the friend is wrong, then also many of the students, what they do, they are standing with their friends, although they are very well aware their friends are not good, but no, friendship is more important for them. So that is totally wrong. If you are a true friend, you will never let your friend to go to wrong path. In this situation, you have to take the stand and you have to have the courage to say to your friend that you are wrong. Then the next part will talk about the lines which indicate this are: Peggy was the most popular girl in school. She was pretty, she had many pretty clothes and her hair was curly. Maddie was her closest friend. These lines are the one which show that Peggy's friendship was most important to Maddie. But you people can learn one strong lesson from here, that if your friends are not good, so it is better to leave their friendship, or even you should try to change them instead of standing by their side. Next one, if we talk about what does Miss Masson think of Wanda's drawings, what do the children think of them, how do you know? So 3 parts has been given here. You have to think over it and you have to give the answer. So we'll start one by one. If we talk about Miss Masson, she thought of Wanda's drawings to be wonderful. She even said that judges liked it so much and thought any one of them to be worthy of winning. The children too were awestruck at the sight of such beautiful paintings. It is evident from the fact that the boys, who had no interest in dresses, even they were also whistling. And Peggy, who thought of herself to be the best artist, accepted that Wanda's drawings were amazing. So these were the questions thinking about text, and now we'll move to thinking about language. Look at these sentences. Although now in your syllabus the clauses are not included, but for your knowledge you must be aware about that, and already in if you talk about in your junior classes, you have already gone through clauses. The 2 sentences are written here. First one, she sat in the corner of the room where the rough boys who did not make good marks sat. The corner of the room where there was most scuffling of feet. Second one, the time when they thought about Wanda's was outside of school hours. So these italicized clauses, if we talk about, help us to identify a set of boys, a place and a time. They are answers to the question like what kind of rough voice, which corner did she sit in, and what particular time outside of school hours. All these are defining or restrictive relative clauses. So what you have to do here, few sentences are given here, so you have to make the sentences like the above one. First one, this is the bus. What kind of bus? It goes to Agra. You have to use the clause and you have to reframe the sentence by using which or that. So what you can write here, that this is the bus which goes to Agra, or that is the bus, this is the bus that goes to Agra. Second, I would like to buy shirt. Shirt is in the shop window, so you have to use which or that. So here in each and every sentences in bracket they have mentioned the word, and by using that word you have to reframe the sentence and you have to cross check whether you are able to do it correctly or not. Quickly, each and everyone write down the sentence here only in the textbook. Quickly, first one already done, second you have to try, and rest left over. Do it within your textbook only with pencil. Okay, I hope all of you are able to do. So now we'll cross check. All of you will cross check whether you have done it correctly or not. The second one, I would like to buy the shirt that is in the shop window. Third, if we talk about, you must break your fast at a particular time when you see the moon in the sky. Find a word that begins with the letter Z. Now find a person whose name begins with the letter Z. Then go to the place where there are no people whose name begins with Z. I hope most of you have done it correctly. If not, do the practice of that and definitely you would be able to do it in a correct manner. Then below that it is given, here are two other sentences from the story. Can you say whose point of view the italicized word expressed? The first one, but on Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie, who sat down front with other children who got good marks and who did not trek in a whole lot of mud, did notice that Vandas wasn't there. Second one, Vanda Petronsky. Most of the children in room 13 did not have names like that. They had names easy to say like Thomas, Smith or Ellen. So here you have to identify what these italicized words expresses. So you can see in the first one, if we talk about, these words expresses the point of view of Peggy and Maddie. In the second one, point of view of the narrator. Below that, one exercise is given, the blanks are there, you have to use the appropriate words which are given here. Find out, refer the dictionary to find out the exact meaning of each word. You have to do it in your textbook only with pencil. Underline the word, write down the meaning, and you may use a word more than once, and more than one word may be appropriate for a given blank. So all of you have to go through this exercise and need to note down the question answers that will be shared with you in your fair notebook in neat and clean handwriting. Please take care of your handwriting and please don't forget to attend the classes regularly, otherwise the short attendance is going to create the problem for you people. Thank you. So after finishing the chapter, we are going through the highlights of the chapter. The key points we'll talk about so that you can recall what the story was about. It was Monday. Vanda was not in her seat. Nobody noticed. Vanda, a quiet girl, rarely said something. No one knows why. She lived at Boggins Heights. Feet had mud on them. So here we can see that the story begins with the girl Vanda Petronsky, and then it is mentioned that where she used to sit in the classroom and nobody was bothered at her. She lived at Boggins Heights and always her feet were covered with the mud. Students thought of Vanda outside the school hours, and when the students used to think of Vanda, that was outside the school only. And what was the reason behind it? Exactly, just to make or to have fun with her. She did not come on Tuesday also. Wednesday, Peggy and Maddie thought of Vanda. Both were very good friends. Here, the other characters, if we talk about Peggy and Maddie, are there. They wanted to have fun with Vanda, thus noticed her absence. Simply, why the absence was noticed of Vanda? Because Peggy and Maddie, they want to make fun with her. They want to have fun with her. If we talk about Vanda's name was considered funny in room number 13, where she used to sit. Vanda had no friends, wore a faded blue dress, and girls surrounded her used to make fun of her. Peggy, if we talk about, she used to make fun of Vanda the most. She used to ask how many dresses she had and how many pairs of shoes. Vanda would answer 100 and shoes 60. All girls laughed at her. If we talk about Peggy was not really cruel. She would say why Vanda had spoken of her 100 dresses, because it was very well visible that she was not rich. Maddie felt bad that they had been bothering Vanda like that because she was also poor, and one kind of fear was there that same kind of thing can happen with her also. She wishes that Peggy to stop teasing Vanda, but pictures herself in Vanda's place. Means she used to think, if I'm going to ask Peggy not to make fun of Vanda, then definitely Peggy is going to do the same with her. Maddie remembers Vanda's pale blue and green red dresses. Next, if we talk about the drawing contest, the contest was expected to be won by Peggy. The next day, as they entered the classroom, they stopped, short, gasped. Means everyone was shocked. 100 sketches of dresses all over the room, all beautiful in bright colors and all lined up. Miss Mason announced Jack Bagels won for the boys and Vanda for girls, and that was really surprising because everybody was thinking that Peggy is going to win the contest. That day, Vanda was absent. The class was astonished to know that Vanda could draw, because nobody was aware about her, the talent of Vanda. The children clapped their hands and the sketches were all beautiful and different. They were admiring the drawings of Vanda. The blue and the green dress once spoken by Vanda was identified by Peggy and Maddie. They were shocked to know her great quality of drawing. And even Peggy was admiring Vanda for her beautiful drawings. So this was the part 1 of the 100 dresses, and I hope after this session we are able to fulfill our learning objective, that is that now you would be able to share your experiences based on any kind of discrimination or religion, caste, gender, because if you are not getting that courage, it means you are also responsible for that. You should share it with your parents or your elder brother or sister, but you need to share it. And now you would be able to use the correct language. You have learned the importance of individual. Okay, each and everyone will think over that according to you what could be the end of the story. Means here for the part 1 I am talking about that what could be the end of the story. You have to think over it, and after this session you would be able to use different new words and the phrases in your own language. So this was the session of the chapter the 100 dresses part 1 we covered. In the next session we are going to take the 100 dresses part 2. Thank you.